How's it going, everybody? It's Joe. I'm just here doing an update on my trike build. Now that I've got it pretty much assembled and stuff like that, a few things I like about it, a few things I don't. I'll go over real quick some of the stuff that I had going on with it. Show you the changes I've made so far and what I still plan on trying to do. This is I think it's a pronounced Viribus 3-wheeled mountain bike. So far, one thing I definitely didn't like, I've never ridden a trike before, was came with some real skinny tires. So I got these Maxxis 2.4s, which is definitely for some reason hard to find 24-inch size tires and different widths. Very limited for some reason. I don't know why, considering there's a lot on the market. But the ones that was on there was a 195, which pretty much was these right here, but you can see how skinny they are. I figured if I went with a thicker, more balloonier tire, considering most trikes have balloon tires on them, I guess that's what I would call them. Definitely a weird ride having the solid axle going down the road. You can feel, every little thing going side to side with no suspension and stuff like that, or just, being on two wheels and that solid axle. When I bought the bike, I knew I'd have to change a lot of stuff, but also knew if I wanted to just build something from scratch, just buying this back piece right here was going to be $240 up just for this piece without no wheels and tires and stuff like that. So I figured spending $222 is what I ended up spending, because I had some extra money. But I think the bike runs $249 on Amazon, and I think for some weird reason you can buy it from them directly from the US, and they want more if you order it straight from their site. So I went with Amazon, got a better deal. Another thing I changed was I just got some junk paddles I had laying around, because the ones that came with the bike were definitely garbage. I wouldn't even consider them pedals. They almost like something for a big wheel, cheap big wheel, not a actual bicycle. Definitely changed out the forks. I had my GT Aggressor, and I'd switched out and put some longer travel Suntours on there with the remote lockout, so I actually was able to fit this fork on here, and it's actually 27.5-inch fork. It's a wheel size that was on the GT, and this 24 fit just fine. And I'd switched the actual brakes out to the hydraulics, so I just went ahead and threw my Shimano off of that bike on here. Switched the brake levers. Had the ones that had the clamp on the back, and I didn't like that because of the fact that this had grip shift, and I don't like grip shift, so I bought some cheap pair of rapid fires. I think these only cost me like $13-14 for a pair, but I only needed the one side. But I can't find the 7-speed Shimano rapid fires. Everything is 8 speeds, becoming an obsolete thing, and every manufacturer seems to be actually putting the 7-speed rapid fires on bikes now, 7 or 8 speed. Most of them are going with the actual 7, 8, or 9 speed, not throwing the front derailleur on these bikes. I don't know if it's a way to sell the bike for the same price and cut costs, or if they're anticipating more people are doing like me and going to start switching their bikes up and making them a e-bike, which I've done with my Timberline, which I love riding that bike. It's fun. I'm debating on putting a motor on this one, but I'm really not sure yet. Switched the seat out. I didn't really like the seat. Got this seat from work. It's I think it's called Soleil Royale or whatever. It's on like 20 bucks. A nice, comfortable seat. Rode the bike a couple times already. It's not too bad. Got the shifter going pretty good. It's got a weird alignment because of this guard for the for the chain ring, I don't like it. I don't know if that's what's pushing everything out or whatnot. I have a feeling if I'm thinking about changing the crank out anyways, because the crank is terrible. It's definitely just a cheap, low quality crank. Thinking of going with the Sunlight or SR Sun Tour, and hopefully I can get a chain ring that'll bring that in a little bit more and get the chain line a little bit better, but I don't have any jumping and stuff like that. Definitely a weird setup having the 7-speed cassette on the back of it. Really doesn't jump too much, but you can definitely see the chain line is way off. Most people say that this here isn't the greatest of brakes. Definitely is not, being a band brake, but wouldn't worry too much about it. Got the set to where it works and slows me down. But definitely got enough braking power in the front with the disc on it, and with the better Shimano caliper on there. Done switched up my stem too. I got a little bit longer stem with a higher degree on there to bring the bar up a little bit more. Bars aren't too bad on here, so it's got a slight rise, but I think I'd like to get a bar with a little bit higher rise on it. I just haven't found anything yet that I like. And got the this bag on here because I added these Night Eyes lights, which are pretty cool. Only downfall to them is you have to unplug them for them to be off. Otherwise, they're always plugged in. These, whether it's on, the lights are on or off, this light will be on and it'll drain your battery, so you just have to unplug it. But it's got a quick connect on there, and I keep the battery pack for that in here. It was fairly cheap for them, and I had came with the rear light too, which is USB rechargeable. The battery pack came with the nice charger too and stuff. Other than that, it's an interesting bike. We'll see how it plays out in the long run. I don't like the basket thing on there, since probably going to use this sometimes to commute to work, and if I need to buy some groceries or something like that. I've got a utility box, Plano utility box that I'm going to put on here, and I just got to get some bars or something to be able to put it mounted on there to where it don't flex and stuff like that. Another thing, definitely bike came was definitely scratches all over it, just because how small the box was, and everything was stuck in there, just crammed. Some pieces missing, quite a few nuts and bolts, but luckily, since I work on bikes, I have plenty of stuff around here. Only has the one water bottle set up. It's one thing I haven't measured yet if I'm wanting to do an e-bike, is to be able to, what kind of battery pack. I'd have to probably go with a mini Shark or something like that to put in there. Really not sure yet. That, or change it up a little bit, put different clamps on there. Another thing I'd probably want to get is a one of these guards like this, keep the mud from flying up on me and stuff. I'm not sure about putting a fender on the front yet. Haven't found one I like, and these forks are built the same to put one of the SKS fenders on it, like I have on my Timberline. Let's see, over here came with this front fender. I don't like it too much, and the fact that you can see it was already dented up when it came out of the box and stuff like that, which where it's at, it don't matter. And everything I'm doing on this bike, I'm just trying to do it as cheaply as possible. And it came with these rear fenders to go around. One was kind of damaged and scraped up and stuff like that. And I doubt if I'll put them on, because it come with these weird hoops. Let me grab one down real quick. And what these do is they go over the wheel like this and clamp around it. And I don't like that. Now that I put these fatter tires on there, definitely ain't going to work, but I just don't like the way that looks. If I do anything, I would get the old style that come up off of there and around. Maybe find some different ones. The forks, this was the forks that was off of it, and as you can see, they were offline this way, some twisted. I've built many bikes for some reason like that. A lot of times all you gotta do is just clamp that down. You could put a crescent wrench, big crescent wrench on here, and kind of twist them and get them back, because these aren't too far out of shape, but I just didn't want to mess with it, and I wanted to go ahead and go with the other fork anyways and get a little bit better ride. And it also raised the front end up on the bike like 1.5 inches. So that's just my quick update on this bike. I'll do another update once I get a little bit more riding and on it done. Another thing I still need to do is definitely true these rims up. They're not super bad. This one isn't, but I think this one over here is actually worse than that one. But for being what it is, I've worked on many mongooses and Schwinn's that I pulled out of the box that have been way worse than that, you know, almost near tacoed. And this was the basket that it came with, and I didn't like it at all. So this is the box I'd found that I'm going to try, but I think I want to switch up and go with maybe a black one that sticks, you know, to the color scheme of the bike and stuff like that. Another thing that was different than when I actually ordered the bike is the writing on the bike too. Part of the reason I ordered it offline, the picture showed it with just all black, none of this writing on here. When I got it, oh, this was on here. I don't know if I can get that off of there or not. I ain't really mess with it too much because it's not a big deal. I got it as an intended purpose, and when I purchased it, I knew I was going to be changing up a lot of stuff on it. So like I said, most of it was just from being able to get this piece with the wheels, which, you know, if you have a project to do and you're wanting to do some type of three-wheeled bike and stuff like that, that would save you a ton of money just getting these pieces, because honestly, there's nothing really wrong with what's going on here other than some scraped up paint. But everything else seems to be typical. It's just a one-wheel drive, which is definitely weird. I know some setups now are coming with both wheels drive. I may be able to change it up and get that piece, but then it would require me to buy another rim, and I just ain't worried about it. So I'll give you an update. I think my next purchase is probably going to be at least another crank for this. Try to change this up, get rid of this thing, and have something that has a guard on there that'll hold it in place. That way chain won't come off and stuff like that. That's why I was looking at the SR Sun Tours and the Sunlights cranks, because they have a few out that aren't overly expensive that has the guard on there that hold that on in place. So until next time, thanks for watching. I'll be throwing up a couple more videos doing a review on this setup. I got a couple other setups for my other bikes. I'm going to review similar lights, just a little bit different, a little bit brighter. Definitely super bright light. So thanks for watching.